Well, good evening, folks. This is a spontaneous chat tonight. It's good to be here, and I'll go ahead and open up the chat. Uh, just playing around with some things right now. Yeah, I'll just go back to that. Anyhow, it's good to be here with each and every one of you tonight. It's exciting. I'm always interested. I'm always grateful to have the opportunity to come here, even just to be able to talk to you, the audience, directly, and see, you know, just share some different things. It's been a while since I've done one. Um, that I've done one just random, but I did want to come on here tonight and just talk a little bit. I think part of this was spurred on today by I was teaching a class today, and it was a wonderful class. I enjoyed it. The students were It was really an enjoyable class. I was asked to speak a little bit this class, which was awesome. And so I went and spoke, and somebody had said, well, they didn't get to all of it, which is okay. And they said, do you have it on recording? They were unable to record it. But, it's interesting because what I was talking about tonight was about purpose and about fulfilling the purpose. What's going on, Wills? Appreciate you coming on. Yeah, it's just spontaneous, man. But I was talking about purpose tonight to these students, and to have the opportunity to speak to students and to those that are just to anybody really, but to students, it's really an amazing thing to me that to have that opportunity. So we were able to speak a little bit, and I just want to share a little bit about that tonight and give y'all some updates on what we're doing here at KT. It's interesting because there's been a lot of things that's been taking place behind the scenes, which is now starting to come to light, and we're really excited about it. Really excited about all the different things and that we have coming up with us, and with it, not just with Kidney Trails, with Kidney Trail Press LLC, and with also the KTBN. And down at the bottom, if you look at the roll banner, Kidney Trail Press now has its own website. So I encourage you to go look at it and, take and tell you what, I'll put it in the chats. If you so would like to take a look at the new website. Unofficial launch, it doesn't really matter. It's go check it out. Go check that out and just take a look. But I was talking about purpose tonight, and for those of you that may not know me, may be new to my connections on LinkedIn, maybe just connecting with me over there. I mean, that's where we're at. We're on all the other platforms, or maybe you just connected with KT and some other things. Let me share a little bit about me tonight. Just a little bit of things here and there, things that why I do what I do, and I guess really fulfilling your purpose, and how I found out what my purpose in life is, and what it has been, and what it will be. And that's an interesting point. I'm age 32 and just finding this out, but that's okay. At least I found it out. At least I found it out now, and not right before they bury me into the ground. So, it's just one of these things that I really was talking tonight. We were talking to the students, and basically just talking about purpose. But for those of you who don't know me, I will give you a real quick background on who I am and where I've been and where I've come from. I was adopted from Guatemala City, Guatemala, and brought over to the States. Had a wonderful life, and that light is horrible. Sorry, we're still trying to get this thing fixed up. But I was brought over here to the States, adopted by two wonderful parents, given a new opportunity, had a pretty decent childhood, had a really good and enjoyable childhood. And then after that, just lived a normal life, just did the things that we wanted to do, enjoyed life. And at age 18, I ended up having a stroke due to high blood pressure, which got that taken care of for the time being. Decided it wasn't a good idea to keep taking my meds because I thought best, and ended up back in the ER at age 22. What sent me to the ER is I actually lost part of my vision. Pretty much my right eye was completely blind. And they said I was legally blind on that eye and almost legally blind on my left eye. And due to, once again, high blood pressure, I didn't listen to what I needed to listen and didn't do the things that I knew I needed to do, which really looking back now, while some people say, well, I'd go back and change it, I don't think I would, because it taught me a very valuable lesson. And that lesson really was to learn that lesson the first time. Don't wait till the second, third time to learn it. Learn it the first time. And so we ended up having hey D, how are you, man? Thanks for coming aboard. And we really just, it was, when you're in the ER at age 22 and you realize this could have probably been prevented by taking the medication, you kind of look back on life and said, I should have taken the meds then, but now look back and said, I'm glad that it happened, because I wouldn't have learned, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So after all that's happened, I ended up diagnosed with end-stage renal disease, kidney disease, and within a few days I had to go on dialysis, and did dialysis for 4 years, and it was a very eventful 4 years. Learned a lot of different things, learned a lot of different things that we needed to know. We really needed to learn. And so for 4 years, we were on dialysis, learned a lot about who we are, what my purpose really in life was. It's not saying I didn't start finding it. I guess I found my purpose back in 2014. It's just I started to see the full potential, or the full purpose in life. And so at age 22, diagnosed with end-stage renal disease, started dialysis. Did dialysis for 4 years, had a living donor step up, which I'm grateful for. Always grateful for her and what she did. And after all that, things went well. Found even more ways to fulfill my purpose with a day job, which has been fantastic. And now in 2020, I've been in the public speaking industry since 2014, and 2020 had about 9 to 10 speaking engagements lined up for the year. They all got canceled because of COVID, and brought forth KT, or Kidney Trails, which started out as a personal blog, and then it moved on from personal blog to more blogs coming in. We had the other guest authors, we had some authors, and then we published our first book about a year and a month ago in August, and it was a graphic novel from D, our COO. Just really wanted to do something a little bit more. He wrote a beautiful story about his mother on dialysis, and really did that in graphic novel form. Wonderful book. And now we're here. We are here now, here at the 2022. We have, the Kidney Trail Press, as I said. We have a new website for them, for us. We got the Kidney Trails Broadcasting Network. And we actually revamped the whole site, both of them. Well, the one that's brand new, but we revamped Kidney Trails as well. But why? Why would I go and do that? Well, once I finally saw the majority of what I was supposed to be seeing, my purpose in life, and why I started KT, I go back to that time in 2014 when I was sitting in that chair. And you see, I had been taught self-help, self-development at age 16. I didn't really care for it. 16, 17 years old, you really don't care for self-help, self-development, because of the fact that it's kind of like, do I really want that? Is it, it's just a bunch of people talking. It's boring. It's not helpful to me. So why? What got me interested in it? Well, I think part of it was my uncle we had been in the I'd ride with him in the van. He had a plumbing company, still does, and he put in these CDs. At first I didn't want to hear it, headphones in. 17, first headphone comes out, because it started to be something more meaningful to my life, that there was something more than just going to a 9-to-5 job. It's not saying there's anything wrong with that. It was just something more for me, that I wanted to work on myself. I wanted to be better. And so, 17, 18, started in, learning from self-development, self-help, and there's different ones out there, which was absolutely fantastic. It taught me, some different things. And then at age 18, 19, I think somewhere around there, I bought my first self-development CD, Five Steps to Successful Selling by Zig Ziglar. You see, I'd moved from my uncle's company. I moved into a retail position, and I wanted to learn how to sell more. So I got this Zig Ziglar Five Steps to Successful Selling. Absolutely phenomenal book on audio CD, and I really started to get into it and dig into it. Why was I here on earth? Why was I put here? What did my life mean? What was I supposed to do with my life? And so, 18, and the thing is, it's more than self-help. There was motivational speeches, inspirational speeches, all these other different ones. And at age 18, when I had a stroke, I actually started to use that stuff to help me on later on in life, to help me during that time, that hard time in life. And it always came back. Why am I here? Why was I put in here? And here was a question that I asked myself multiple times was, why was I brought from Guatemala City, Guatemala, to this little town in Virginia here in the U.S.? Why was I? There's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason. So why did we do that? What we were here for. So, it took a little time. And then in 2014, I was sitting in a chair. I can still remember, I've told the story multiple times, and I really wanted more into the self-help, self-development speeches from those that have maybe faced kidney disease, that said, hey, it's more than, it's like, this is my story, but these are the lessons that I pulled from the story. Yes, I was diagnosed, but I pulled this and this out. I was like, but why in the world? Where is somebody that would speak like that? And I couldn't find anybody. I was online looking, there's this program that does this and certain that, and I joined some of those programs, which was absolutely fantastic. It was actually pointing me to where I needed to go. And so, 2014, that experience, I remember, it's like life came down, sat down right beside me in the chair and said, this is for you to do. That's why it hasn't been done, because this is tasked to you. And that always stuck with me, and that's why I said, this is a calling. This really is calling, my purpose. This is my purpose. This is what I do. And then 15, 16, 17, 18, now 19, 20, 21, 22, the purpose is still the same. And really, it's actually deeper now than just, help out in this area. It's really helping people uncover the gold, and putting it out before the world, put the people out there and just push them out, said, here, listen to their story, listen to their lessons. And that's one of the reasons we started the press company, was because of that, because I wanted people to get the opportunity to put their, sorry about that, in my boom arm, put their ideas to paper, so to speak, or even virtually, so they can be able to, not only just share their story, but have an opportunity to become a published author. And that's what we did with Kidney Trail Press. And now we're here. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it's interesting. Once I found, and it's like when I was talking to some of the team the other day, when I ended up, finding out, uncovering all this, it was absolutely fantastic. I'm sitting there like, it goes back to the same thing. And we've had some wonderful guests on the show. Joshua and I was one of them, that knew what I needed to do before I even did, because he saw what I needed to do, how my life could impact, how my story could possibly impact others. And so through all that, it was really finding purpose within all of those different things. And it took a stroke. It took some very difficult challenges. Other than that, losing some loved ones and some other personal things that happened in my life. It took dialysis. It took a transplant to define all of this. That's exactly what it did. And by doing that, it has pushed me to where I am. The thing is, what I've seen though, there's a lot of people out in today's society that, and just in general, I've seen it throughout the years. You see it and see it that people will go around and they have this mundane schedule, I guess would be the way to say it, is that they would be talking about, you get up in the morning at whatever time, you get your toast, breakfast, see the news, go to work, come home at a certain time. Some do, some don't. But you get what I mean. You have your certain work schedule. You get your work schedule, and then you come home, eat dinner, maybe spend a little time with family, and then go to bed and pretty much get up and do it all over again. 5, 6, 7 days a week. They can't count down to the weekends. They count down to that weekend, and then what do they do? Weekend comes, weekend goes, and they're back in the same hamster wheel type thinking, and there's so much more they can do with their life and why they were here. You see, that's where I was at age 18, 19, at first, and then age 22. I lost my vision of what my life could have been. So, it's just very fascinating. And Kidney Trust is not a medical company. Generally we don't talk about medical. Now we'll bring people as guests on to talk about their experiences. Some people that are maybe nephrologists, nurse practitioners, any of them to host on some of our other shows to talk to them and get their perspective on it. But we're not a medical company. I don't want to be the one that's been, that talks about certain things. Even within my experience, I want to be very careful not to say the wrong thing or maybe discuss certain blood work and stuff like that because I don't want to be an unqualified person talking about qualified material. But what I can talk about really is the different things that help me, how to grow a positive mindset, how to build an ant mentality, how to be more proactive in my thinking, and how to be just grow myself, develop myself, personal development. What did the one? I think it was Jim Ryan that said, "Work harder on yourself." And I think Earl Shove told him that is to say, "Work harder on yourself than you do at your job." It's pretty important to work harder on yourself than you do at your job. It really is. To work hard on yourself every day. To get up and to see that vision, see that purpose. You have your vision, you have your purpose, you know what you need to do in life, then you need to create a vision of that. What do you see your life being? Where do you see that dream being? I think about all the time in the chair. It gave me time to think. You got 3 hours and 45 minutes, you're sitting in the chair 3 days a week. You've got nothing but time. Nothing but time. So what do? You utilize that time wisely. So what about a question for you? Are you living your purpose? It'd be horrible to come to the end of life and realize that you could have done much more. That would be horrible. And I remember when I got COVID, it was a very difficult time, and I wondered if I was going to even make it. And my question wasn't, when I had COVID and through some of those really rough nights, wasn't, well, I'm not ready to die or anything like that. It was, have I fulfilled everything in life that I'm supposed to? And if I haven't, what do I need to do to get that fulfilled? Did I fulfill that purpose? Did I work with enough people who would carry on the work after me? Have I helped grow other people enough? It was a good question. It was a very sobering question. Here you're COVID, and yes, you want to get better, but the question you're asking yourself really is, and sorry about the light, folks, that's horrible. Really is, that's better. It really is fascinating. That opened my eyes too. When I asked my question, I asked myself that question, said, Anthony, did I fulfill everything? Am I really ready to go if that's what happens? Did I fulfill it? And if I didn't, why didn't I do it? It's that man in the mirror look, that woman in the mirror. Sometimes you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, did you really do everything today that you should have done? Right? It's a good thought. Do like Zig Ziglar says, you wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, today I'm going to give it my best shot. And after you go home that night, before you go to bed, you said, today I gave it my best shot. Yeah. It's important. It's important to fulfill the purpose in life. And to do, and as I was sitting there talking to the class, and I told him this, I said, I trust that you will fulfill your purpose, and I trust that you will get a vision of what you need to be doing in life. And I trust if you do those things that you will make a positive impact, not only in your local community, but in the world as a whole. You'll touch somebody else's life, and their life touches somebody else, and it's just revolving, comes back around eventually. So, are you fulfilling are you doing what you're called to do? It's, now I've said this before too. I'm here as long as I'm called, and when I'm called elsewhere, that'll be a time to, go. And I've been calling off other jobs. The other jobs I was doing that, I did the plumbing, was called elsewhere to another location, and the same that after that job for a few years. And so, are you going to do your purpose, or are you going to fulfill your call? It's interesting too, because we really had, like I said, over the past, I think it's been the past couple months, I've been in deep discussion with the teams. We've been working extremely hard on some wonderful projects, which we're going to be showcasing very, very soon, including the conference coming up in November, which you should see promos coming out hopefully sometime this week. And where we're going to help individuals to have the information they need to grow their career and develop themselves. That's really what it's about. It's developing yourself. You remember this, and I've said this before, 99% of the battle dialysis isn't what we see, what everybody sees. It's right here in the mind. And if you don't develop yourself, don't develop your mind, don't develop a better attitude, better way of thinking, you're going to be in the same spot that you were when you started. So really helping people to grow out, to flourish. So that's coming up in November. We'll be, like I said, hopefully getting some dates here. Well, we got the dates lined up, but getting some different things. I think we're even just some other wonderful things we're doing during that week. We've got some new programs that we're working very hard on. We just announced today that we have invited, or not invited, but we have Wills Porter is our research and development director of research and development for KT, and him and I have been in constant talks about some different things that are truly coming to light. And Wills, if you want to jump on, you're more than welcome to at any time. But I mean, it really it's really been interesting. It really has. We got that going on. We've got the shows coming up. We've almost filled all the dates for the Rich and Dwelyn show. All the shows in the Kidney Trails Fireside Chat has been fulfilled. At this point in time. You're right, Wills. It is going to be absolutely fantastic and awesome. We got Will's podcast, Extraordinary Podcast, which I know he's working on getting some great guests. We're in the middle of getting a new studio set up so we can bring better quality material instead of sitting here in the unfinished studio. But it works for now. We've got, I think right now, 4 or 5 books that are coming out by the end of the year, beginning of next year. I've been talking to the authors. Are really excited. We got Yermi. We're working on a project with Dr. Nupi Aurora. My book will be coming out We're getting that written out and getting it edited, and then we're going to start pushing those out as well. We'll have them available both in print and e-form. There's some more live streams that we're working on, and I can tell you that there's one live stream I'm really looking forward to. I'm hoping it happens. We're working on it, folks, and if it happens, it'll be in November. But if I can get these 3 guests lined up, y'all are going to have a wonderful time. It's with 3 of my heroes, I'll put it that way. So it's interesting. And like I said, take a look at the Kidney Trails website too. We've redone that. There's a lot of new things coming that you'll be seeing. Like I said, it's just going to be a lot of fantastic things. I can tell you next year we're going to be working on a new show. That's all I can say with that. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Working with some wonderful people to bring this together. It's going to be a pretty wonderful production. I'm excited for it. We got some really great people involved. But yeah, it's been good. And this is the thing. It goes back, and with all this work, it really has helped me to know that it's really, and it all goes back to the purpose. What my purpose is, why I'm doing what I do, why I'm here, why I work hard every day. I ain't saying that. You shouldn't have to tell people you work hard. It should show for yourself. But why I work at what I do every day, why I, all the different things. So I just really wanted to come on here tonight. We got a few more minutes. Kind of go over that stuff. I know Diane's even got some wonderful things coming out too. That's exciting. That's really exciting. We got some wonderful collaborations coming up. Some changes, like I said, some good changes coming up. But some wonderful collaborations with different companies and organizations, and others to be announced soon. But it all goes back. And the interesting thing about what we do here, while we are really in the renal industry or the kidney community, doing, and I guess now would be the time. I was thinking about recording a video, but I guess I'm recording now. But Kidney Trails it was never, how did I put this? I'm trying to think, folks. When I look at Kidney Trails, I go back to that time when I was looking for somebody in the self-help, self-development, personal growth field. That's what I was looking for, because I wanted to grow better for myself, for my family. And Kidney Trails is in the personal growth, personal help, self-help, personal growth, personal development industry. That's what we are. Yeah, we're focused more on those that have kidney disease. But the lessons can be learned and taken by all. What did the one individual say? She said, the challenges that everybody faces are different, but the need is still the same. I love that. When I heard that, I was like, oh my, that is wonderful. So, what do we do? That's where we're at, folks. Kidney Trails is self-help, self-development, personal growth, personal development. That's what we're here for. That's why we do the blogs. We do the blogs, first of all, to get the authors in, to be able to write and share the story and look for the lessons within their story so they can share it with the world. And then when that goes out, we trust and hope that somebody picks it up, reads it, and they take that lesson and apply it to their lives. Isn't that amazing? You say, well, why did you decide to do this? It wasn't a decision, really. It was a calling. This is really a calling. It's my purpose to do this. And I remember when I first started KTS, like, man, I really want to do. I had 2 other names picked out that I tried with this, and both of them failed horribly. But I remember saying this, that how in the world Am I going to mash? And I want to say mash, but that's about the best word. How am I going to put self-development, self-help, and the renals together? We have, folks. We have. You know, I'm for helping people write their stories. I'm for getting it in the blog. I'm for getting it in the books. But it's more than a story. It's a lesson. You don't want just a story. You get a story. You just got a fiction novel. There's nothing wrong with fiction. But you want something with substance. That's what we do. We help people find that. We coach them. I mean, I was on a phone call the other day with somebody for 3 hours with one of the writings, helping them out. So isn't that interesting? I mean, some people say, well, you're advocate. Nah, not really. We're self-help. No, we're self-help, self-development. Self-help, self-development, personal growth. And I am extremely excited and kind of feel a sense of relief because this is who we are. Isn't that crazy? It truly is, but it goes back to the thing, finding your purpose in life, whatever it is. Some people may be in the self-help, self-development field. Some people may be helping other people with their, teaching somebody how to, whatever it doesn't teach somebody how to paint, teaching the children, teaching other vocational schools. Maybe somebody's purpose here in life is to be kind. Maybe somebody's purpose, here's one, is to find out how they can help. Maybe it's a quick smile at a grocery store. Maybe it's encouraging that individual. Whatever it is, none of it's greater or lesser than the other. Right? As long as you fulfill your purpose in life. And that's one of the 4 fundamentals that we have, and we have on our website, the 4 fundamentals of conquering the unknown territory. The first one is purpose. Finding your purpose is extremely important. Without purpose, you have no substance. And then catching a vision of what you want your life to be and how that purpose fits in. You need vision. What's the ancient text says? Where there's no vision, the people perish. And then you have motivation. You need to be motivated about your purpose and your dreams and your visions in life, what you want to be about. And then we have, I think it's education or self-education. Self-help, self-development, grow, learn, read, listen, learn, take notes, write a journal. I love all that. This is just really what I want to do. I just wanted, the thing is, all the things you're going to see over the next while is the results of the team and the team's hard work and what we've all done. Summer comes, summer goes. The thing is, here's the interesting thing about purpose. Don't give purpose a break, or it may drop you. That's a scary thought. Don't put a stop on it. I hear a lot of people say I take breaks, and there's nothing wrong with taking a break for a day or two, but don't stop what you're doing. Keep working at it. I can't go into all the. I'll go in a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about this. When you are in life, you need to. When you're in the summer, you need to do like the ant and the grasshopper, right? The ant and the grasshopper. What was that story about? The ant stored up for the winter. Hard times came, survived. The grasshopper played around in the summer. Didn't do much. Played his fiddle. I think was one of them. Whatever it was. And then when winter came, he wasn't prepared. He didn't make it. So don't stop working at your purpose. Don't stop doing that. Keep working at it no matter what. Keep working hard at it. It's going to be hard sometimes. But if you continue to keep it up, lives will be changed. The world will be changed. And this is all it really is about, is just really talking about a little bit about this and talking about purpose and really, the thing behind Okay, we'll leave that track on. Sharing a little bit more about, reintroducing myself, I guess, to some people and introducing myself to new connections, but also sharing what KT is and why we're here. This is what we've been from day one. This is the purpose. So we're really excited. We're going to see some wonderful things drop. Like I said, promos are going to be dropping over the next few days at the conference. Got some new authors that we have, some new projects and collaborations we're doing. So it's going to be wonderful. Well, guys, it was really good to be here tonight. We're at 35, a little over than what I really wanted, but it's okay. Well, I hope you'll find it. Hope you find what you're looking for in life. Hope you find the purpose and fulfill that. But other than that, that's all I have tonight, folks. So I think I will go ahead and sign off once I can find a video to sign me out. We'll give this one a shot. But anyhow, we have some live streams coming up, so I'm sure we'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a great night.